Hello! Now, I'm sure you will remember the old wireless redstone trick with glass panes. Unfortunately, with changes to boats, it doesn't really work very well anymore. So, as I can demonstrate, you'll see that the boat will often just destroy itself. And that is just terrible. So, what I have for you today is a fix for this great old invention. And here it is. So to substitute the boat, I had to use a horse, as it seemed like the only other compatible entity for the job. And I also had to add a couple other adjustments so it actually works properly, because this one isn't just on and off, it kind of ticks a little bit. So I'll explain how this all works. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the trick, I will explain. So basically, in the game there's been a bit of a quirk for quite some time, involving bars, panes and stairs. So basically, when you look at one of these blocks, a hitbox will appear, okay? So the quirk is basically all of the pre-existing blocks of the same type will actually convert to that hitbox. Not visually, but the actual hitbox itself will convert. Using this, we can create wireless redstone in survival. So the way it works is basically that we're switching from one state of a hitbox to a different hitbox state. So currently, the iron bars over there is currently in this state because it's the last one I shot an arrow at, okay? And because it's in that state, the hitbox isn't actually big enough to push the horse up and do anything. So if I actually change it to this one over here, it will be able to push the horse up because the hitbox is in the right place. So let me click this button here, which fires an arrow, and as you can see, the horse starts bouncing up and down, and the light turns on. And likewise, I can come over here and switch it back to the other one, and it turns off. Switch back on, and back off. So basically, what I'm doing here is basically switching the hitbox from this one, to this one, to this one, to this one, and so forth. So what you see is what you get. Now, like I said before, this isn't on or off. It's off or pulsing. So as you can see, when the horse actually gets off the pressure plate, it will pulse. And over here we have two comparators so that we can basically prolong the signal so that this isn't all stuttery, so it remains constant. And down here we just have a clock, which is pushing the piston up and down, which is also updating the horse's position. Now you do actually have to use either the heavy pressure plate or the light pressure plate. You can't use the stone or the wooden one because these two actually update quicker. So the other two actually won't pulse at all because, actually I can just show you. They do sometimes pulse, but they don't pulse on a consistent basis. You see, it turns off. So you do have to use either the iron or the gold pressure plate. So there you have it, a fix for this fantastic old creation.